The Jake Asmin Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asmin Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who's here. Jeff Parles, live from Circa Las Vegas. It is the Jake Asmin Show. Jeff is here. Aaron Glenn is firing back at the media. Let's talk about that and all of it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jake Asmin Show starts right now.
Man, AG's first training camp with the New York Jets is underway. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quentin Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asmin Show.
Here we go, live from the Radio Row at Circa Las Vegas. We made it downstairs from the hotel room to the ballroom, and we're kicking off our 2 days of content from the Radio Row at Circa Las Vegas with a guy who will join us every week for the third straight season on the channel. Our guy, Jeff Parles, who lives out here, a native New Jerseyan, diehard Jet fan. How we feeling, my man?
It's so damn good to be talking football again, Jake. It is so good. And, you know, I'll just say this, where I know everyone, like, preseason, we overreact, we react, we do that thing. I was just so happy to see a coach actually making guys show accountability again. And we have seen that twice already, Jake. And I am so excited to be with you. We'll be doing it again weekly all season long. I'm hyped. I'm really excited for it's fun to actually go into a year without saying, hey, it's Super Bowl or bust. Hey, if the Jets make the playoffs, it's a hell of an accomplishment this year. That would be amazing to end the playoff drought this year. And you know what? I think they're a lot more capable than a lot of people are giving them credit for.
You are definitely more optimistic amongst people in the fan base when you talk about what the expectations are for this team. For someone who's negative, talk them off the ledge. To explain to them why the 2025 season could actually be a lot more fun than maybe some realize.
I'm gonna take a term that some may say is a little bit nerdy, but it's true in all walks of life. Positive regression, my friend. Positive regression. Where the Jets lost all those close games last year. Why did they lose all those close games? Well, there was a confluence of issues between their coaching was as bad as I've ever seen the Jets coaching be, which granted I was 1 year old the last year of Kotak's existence, so I can't quite comment on that. And you actually have an identity this year. What was the identity and I know we're going hindsight 2020 on this, but what was the identity going into last year? Oh, we have Aaron Rodgers. That was the identity.
He's going to save us.
And he's going to save exactly. He's going to save us. And you know what? Again, Rodgers was not quite as bad as some people make him out to be. He wasn't quite as good as some people made him out to be last year. But he wasn't the be-all, end-all, and why that season was a train wreck last year. It was that the defense, once Salah was fired, turned into a complete dumpster fire because Ulbrich was unable to handle two responsibilities at once. And the offensive play calling and scheme was as bad as look, I think you and your brother would call better offense by margin.
Zack Asmin here, producing the show off to the side, by the way.
So, like,
come here, Zach. Wave to everyone.
Bring him in.
We'll bring him on after Jeff.
Bring him in. Look at that. There he is.
Wearing his Asmaniac polo from the merch store. Love it.
See, so it's even within the family, it's still great promotion. So there you go.
That's right.
But look, I just think the positive regression is going to be there for this team. Now, the whole key to this season, and we'll get into this, Jake, the first 8 weeks of this year before the bye week is brutal. The schedule is really difficult. If the Jets can survive that, we can actually have games in December. Remember 2-3 years ago, it's like, oh, just play competitive games in December.
Be alive after Thanksgiving.
That's kind of where we're at again, where it's like, all right, survive the brutal beginning, be 4-5 at the bye. If you're 4-5 through 9 games, you know what? That schedule is easy enough where the Jets could find a way to 9 wins, Jake.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Jeff Parles is with us here. He is Mr. Vegas. When it comes to sports betting, he's our guy. We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. At FanDuel, Jeff, I'm not going to ask you for a breakdown on tomorrow night's Eagles-Jets game.
Oh, thank God.
If you look at the betting odds, week one, because we'll talk about a little Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers here, and then I want to play you some Aaron Glenn from this week because I think you'll like this. The Jets right now are getting 3 points. You told me off air you like the Jets week one, so would you take the Jets on the money line at FanDuel?
Oh, boy. Wow. Well, I've already taken 3. Like, I did that earlier in the summer because I'm of the camp that I really do believe that the Aaron Rodgers Pittsburgh experiment is not going to work. I just don't think there's enough in the tank. And I don't think that roster is quite as good as some people think it really is. But look, it's week one. It's a quote unquote revenge game honestly, for everybody at this point, because Fields plays against his former team from last year. Rodgers, obviously, we know. It's the first game for Aaron Glenn. This one of two things happens, Jake. Either, and you know what? Maybe I guess I should be taking the Jets on the money line instead of taking the 3. I just took the 3 because that's just how my brain works at this point, being out here as long as I have. Either the Jets win or they get clocked. That probably is what it happens. The Jets losing some agonizing game late because Boswell makes like a 59-yard field goal or Folk randomly misses a kick for the first time in 3 years. Like, I don't foresee that happening. I either see Aaron Rodgers coming out and having a 3-touchdown, 325-yard bonanza where Metcalf has a huge game against Sauce, or the Jet defense shows out and looks like the Jet defense before the wheels came off a year ago, and the Jets win like a 19-13 game.
Nice to have Nick Folk, by the way. Maybe that's the key to this playoff.
I will say I'm a little bit sad because I love Thicker. Obviously,
you're a Mizzou guy. That's right.
I love Harrison Mevis, but look. The fact that Folk actually wanted to come back, and it's funny because Folk was still good last year. And
he's been good the last several years.
I mean, he's been great. Even at the back end tenure of the Jets, he was still really good.
But think about it. Maybe we needed Nick Folk because the last time he was on the team, the Jets were a playoff team. Maybe we needed a Taylor. That's why we have Mason Taylor. Jason's son was on the 2010 Jets.
You know, it's funny because like Folk in 2010 was like he was so erratic in that 2010 season. Like when after Sanchez completed that probably the second best throw of his career, the one to Edwards in the playoff game, which the only one that was better, of course, was the one to Braylon Edwards against Houston in that epic comeback a few weeks earlier. Yeah, the Holmes throw was pretty good. That was just more Santonio being superhuman in a play that was coming right at me in Foxborough, and I still don't know how he caught that ball.
My Santonio Holmes, I met him for the first time.
Right here,
Circa Las Vegas,
right here.
Super Bowl week. The owner of this place, Derek, he obviously knows I'm a huge Jets fan. So Derek's like, "Hey, I got someone I want you to meet. You walk into a room. It's Santonio Holmes." I'm like, "No way!" And he came on the show a couple days after.
That was also the night. That was the night we met Urban Meyer too, right?
Yeah, remember it was Tone Time. It was Urban Meyer and Frank Thomas.
It
was like the most random assortment of athletes.
Frank Thomas, who is friends with Josh Towers, a good friend of mine, former Major League pitcher, former Yankee, for some that may remember. Frank Thomas, you and I had met basketball players, football players. Frank Thomas might be the most gigantic human being I've ever met.
Massive.
Massive. Could apparently outdrink anybody in any Irish pub there too, Jake. But I digress. But, you know, I'll just say, like, having a reliable kicker, and then this like last year, even with how big of a travesty it was last year, Jake, if Greg Zuerlein was league average last year before he was injured, the Jets win the Denver game. They have a real chance of winning the Minnesota game, and they're ahead late instead of trying to come back late against Buffalo. Like that could have been a 5-game winning streak, piggybacking off the Tennessee and the New England domination. Instead, it turned into a 3-game losing streak, and the season collapsed from there.
100%. And to your point, the reason why I think this team has a chance to be better than what the odds are for the wins is, one, if Nick Folk is league average, that could lead to an extra win or two they didn't have last year.
Easily.
2, the schedule. I know it's a tough start, but I think there's a lot of winnable games.
Back end is really easy.
100%. And 3, to your point, I do think the coaching staff, by accident, is going to be significantly better. And I actually have been very impressed with what I've seen from Engstrand. I think Glenn is the right voice for what this team needed following the disaster Aaron Rodgers era and Saleh and Douglas and everything. I think hiring Wilkes is one of the best moves Glenn could have made to get a established defensive coordinator so Glenn could coach the team.
Stable guy also. Stable coordinator. You know what Steve Wilkes is going to be.
He's been successful. He's been a head coach twice. Like, there's a lot to like about this staff. So I do think they could be better than we think. I just have major concerns about, is this offense with Fields going to be good enough as a passing offense? We know they want to run the ball. That's their plan. But in today's NFL, you're going to have to throw. And I just have a lot of questions about Fields and a first-time play caller. It's just a lot of, like, if this happens, they could be good. And that's kind of why I'm at that 6-7 win mark, as opposed to getting to the 8-9. Maybe they sneak in 9 or 10 win season.
But that's the whole ball of wax, right? Like, if Justin Fields is, let's say Justin Fields is the 18th best passer in the NFL this year. I'm going with that. That's the number. And I don't even need him to be top half. It's kind of funny. We kind of said this about Rodgers last year, and we obviously know what happened. But again, the defense, I go back to what I said, positive regression, where the defense can't possibly be that bad again. Jermaine Johnson's coming back, has looked really sharp so far since coming back as well. Quinnen has gotten healthier as training camp has gone along, which is good. Again, I'm a little bit concerned about Sauce's hamstring, but we'll see.
He's back practicing.
Yeah, which is good.
Calf, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. I was going to say same difference. Not true at all, because the calf can link to the Achilles. I really like what I've seen from Brandon Stevens so far.
Yeah, he's actually played very well.
So, look, I thought losing DJ Reed was going to hurt a little bit more, but look, the thing with Stevens has been just consistency in his career. If Stevens can be a consistent guy on that other end, all right, then you're looking at a secondary that's significantly much better. Now, I do have my questions at safety still, but I think that those are going to be there for a while.
At least they solidified seemingly the glaring weakness, the defensive tackle. I know we talked off there. The Harrison Phillips move yesterday was awesome.
Great trade for nothing, for a guy who, at a bare minimum, is going to be a very effective number 2 D tackle. And again, I don't think we can understate how big getting Jermaine Johnson back is. Because then, look, I liked what I saw from Will McDonald last year. But now you have McDonald and Johnson. All right, good luck trying to block both of them. That's part of the reason, like, you look at the way that this Jet team has been successful over the last few years. You need the 2 high-end pass rushers. If you only have one, and really you kind of even go back to the Rex days where it was just Calvin Pace and nothing on the other side. But there is a path to win 10 games. There is a real path to win 10 games, but realistically speaking, if they have an 8-9 season, then you can really get yourself moving forward in the right direction for 2026. And I know Jet fans don't want to hear that, but an 8-9 season with this group is a pretty damn good year, especially with the brutal beginning of the schedule.
100%. Now, let's talk about Aaron Glenn for a moment here, because
Please.
he's the key to this season. He's the key to this regime ultimately being successful. I want to play you something from the other day with Aaron Glenn that I personally absolutely love to see. So this was Glenn the other day. I'm going to actually, you know what? I don't know if I actually fully loaded the clip here. So let me pull up the latest AG versus the media that I edited. So that's going to load here shortly. Hold on. I got to delete one of the short clips I have here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Live YouTube, guys.
Live YouTube. Things are happening. A message from Fireman Ed, and then a message from Aaron Glenn.
Hey, Fireman Ed here. Join me on a trip to Bermuda, baby. Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas, May 30th to June 4th, 2026. Join the New York football legends Marty Lyons, Bilal Powell, Leon Washington, Sean Ellis, Kevin Mawai, Chris Ivory, and Jericho Cotchery, and all the podcasters. We are going to have the time of our lives. Q&As, meet and greets. It's going to be a spectacular cruise. Come join Fireman Ed on the cruise of a lifetime. Go to cruisewithlegends.com and book your trip today. Let's go!
Jeff, will you be joining me on the Gangrene Legends cruise, man?
I might have to. I mean, look, how could I say no? Look, I can't say no to Matt O'Leary, right? No. I mean, that's the bigger thing.
You guys are both the 2 tallest weekly guests that I have on the show.
Oh, O'Leary's got me covered. I know that.
He's like 6'7".
The guy is gigantic, but I mean, that looks like so much fun. And also too, like, so going back to Earl, like when we were young, Jake, you know why I love Leon Washington. You know why I love Leon Washington?
That kickoff return against the Dolphins.
Well, that was one of the reasons. The other one was that was his pick was the pick the Jets got for trading Herman Edwards to Kansas City.
Oh, I didn't realize
and
that.
I like Herm the person. I like Herm the analyst. And whenever Chad Pennington was healthy, Herm made the playoffs. But there was always something missing with those Herb teams that always went one step shorter than they should have. And Leon Washington was a beast also. We love Leon. And we love Koch too. I mean,
the players we have on this cruise are awesome.
awesome.
So.
Chris Ivory, 1,000-yard season in 2015.
They had, the Jets have not had a 1,000-yard rusher at running back since Chris Ivory.
Yeah, it's pathetic in all honesty. And I don't know. And here's the thing: even though the run game is going to be good this year, if that streak might continue because Mr. Allen and Mr. Hall might split the carries and end up with 900 apiece.
Definitely want to get your thoughts on that. But all right, I mentioned Aaron Glenn. This was the other day, and Aaron Glenn was asked a question about this passing attack that is, to be kind, struggling just a bit at times this summer. This was AG versus the media.
Speaking of the physicality aspect, and obviously it's clear you guys want to run the ball.
Say it again?
Just speaking of that physicality aspect you're talking about, it's clear you guys want to run the ball. And
yep.
That's going to be, very much part of your DNA. Obviously, it's very much a passing league. Is there any concern about your ability to go downfield and whatnot?
Who says it's a passing league?
Isn't it the passing league? Isn't that kind of...
The team that won the Super Bowl, what were they in passing? 29th.
Yeah.
What were they in running? First.
Defense, too, obviously. But
well, we talked about offense.
Do you have any? I mean, it's hard for us to see in preseason games and practice. It's, with the body of work, it's kind of nobody knows what you guys are doing, like today's situational and stuff. But where do you fall in terms of your confidence in getting the ball downfield with the pass?
Very confident, because that's what practice is for. I mean, you have so many people that want to talk about a small amount of plays that these guys get to go out there and play, and then everything is falling down because we throw 6 passes. Then I mean, he's Johnny Unitas when we throw 4 passes. So it bothers me, and I laugh at it quite a bit. But the thing is, I understand it, because that's the noise that happens on the outside. That's our guys can't really listen to. Listen, we go out here and we practice our ass off every day to be who we're going to be. And that's where my confidence lies, and what these guys do on the grass here. So, and listen, preseason means a lot. It do. But for the most part, man, we concentrate on what we do on the grass, because you get a ton of reps in that aspect.
Your thoughts on Glenn pushing back on the idea the Jets can't run the ball, defending his quarterback, that whole exchange there, Jeff?
Well, look, I mean, the Eagles last year, because obviously at the beginning just pointed out, like, Eagles were bottom 5 in passing, but they were, of course, Barkley and that beast offensive line were number 1 by margin in the NFL in running the ball a year ago. But that's the model, right? That's kind of how this team's going to have to win games. And look, what else do you want him to say? My quarterback sucks? Of course, they're not going to say that in the media.
I plead the fifth, like Robert Saleh would ask why he can't bench Zach Wilson.
Whatever. The number 0, Zach Wilson now, too. But again, this offense is going the way they're going to have to be successful is if Justin Fields is attempting at most like 22 passes a game. If he's throwing 25 to 30 passes a game, this is going to be a mediocre football team, bordering on a bad football team until they get that figured out. They're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to be one of the better running teams in the NFL. They have an offensive line. Jake, this is a really good offensive line. I think that we as Jet fans understand how good that O-line is. I also think that making Tippmann earn the center's job also is going to help him in the regular season. I think that has been a really smart competition, even though, let's be real, Tippmann was never really in danger of losing that job to Myers. You have high-end draft capital on both tackles. I've liked what I've seen from Membu so far.
If he's a bust, we blame you as a Mizzou
That's
guy, right?
fine. Look, I've been blamed before for plenty of things. Also, too, talking to your brother about Sheldon Richardson as well.
Another Mizzou guy
as well. Before the show, I think Olu is going to be a top 10 left tackle in the NFL.
I think he might be that right now.
He very well could be. But by the end of the year, he's going to be a top 10 left tackle. They're very solid at guard. I love AVT. I also was very happy to see Muji talking about AVT probably bringing him back.
Right.
Which, again, I know he's had injury problems, but when he's been on the field, he's been a great player for this team.
He was moving people on Saturday against the Giants.
He's played every position on the line on center. So get him it right. Get him consistent at one guard position. You're going to be in great shape. But look, you have two running backs that are capable of being number 1 running backs. We know Brees is. I'd love to see Brees recapture his rookie year form pre-ACL tear again.
What do you make of the Brees discussion in the fan base? Those saying trade him. I think people are out of their minds.
It's nuts to trade him at this point. If you were going to do it, you needed to do it around the draft when Dallas was desperate to get a running back. Now Jerry seems content on going in with one of the worst running back rooms I've ever seen going into the season. Dallas is the only one that would make sense, and I don't think Jerry's going to overpay for a running back, despite all of Jerry's lunacy at this point when it comes to being a GM. And Braylon Allen's looked awesome, and that's the one good thing is like if Hall doesn't perform, you go to Braylon Allen. There's not a lot of pressure on the whole situation. Where if Hall doesn't perform, you got a really good guy behind him in Allen who looks like a total bowling ball again, which is great, which is exactly what you hope he's going to be. And also Braylon Allen is so damn young still that it could be, you could get an extra few years out of him, even with that running back clock being quicker than everyone else. Also, too, with the Isaiah Davis injury as well, Donovan Edwards, I've liked what I've seen so far. Loved him at Michigan. You got a lot of competent guys in this running back room, Jake.
He feels like a practice squad guy because I think Kane and Niguatu is going to make the team because of his kickoff ability.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. And if you can get Edwards through and keep him on the practice squad, that would be a great, great keep. Also, I love how Adrian Martinez is his preseason stud as well.
Dude.
As well.
He's making plays, man.
He's a stud in the But you know what the thing is when Martinez
Brady Cook hasn't been terrible either.
You know what? And also too, a lot of people were very, very surprised to see Brady Cook after going off in the golf cart, coming back to practice the next day.
Yep.
If you followed Mizzou's season at all last year, Brady Cook legitimately in that Auburn game went to MU University Hospital in the middle of the game and came back and played the second half. So the dude is tough as nails. So I like Brady. Look, I think Brady Cook, you know, it's interesting because like the Tyrod injury kind of makes things a little bit funky, right? Like we were all ready for Tyrod just to be the backup, going to be there. Like it's a legitimate conversation here. Do you keep three quarterbacks if Tyrod's not ready for week one? Do you keep, even if he is ready, do you keep a third quarterback? Because you have a little bit of work done. How healthy can you truly be 4 weeks, 3 weeks later? That's another little interesting discussion. Obviously, we know this is Justin's team, but you need someone behind him who's capable. So if Tyrod's not ready, that's an interesting discussion between Cook and Martinez. I think you have to lean Martinez at this point, obviously.
It feels like Martinez offers more for their style of offense, right? They're going to have the RPOs with Fields and quarterback design plays. Martinez, I feel like you don't have to change up a ton of the playbook if it's him. But to your point, hopefully Tyrod Taylor is healthy. The other thing with Justin Fields, the reality is he's never started and finished a full season. So you need a backup that at the minimum is probably going to have to play a game or two at some point this year. And Tyrod, I think for a game or two, you feel confident he could run your offense and give you a chance to win.
100%. I mean, look, Tyrod went in his limited action and mop-up role last year played well.
Every time he was in, he looked good.
Yeah, he looked great every time. And that's the other thing, too. Like Tyrod Taylor, we know Tyrod Taylor can play quarterback in the National Football League. That's why, like, again, it's why 2 years ago was so freaking aggravating, Jake, where, like, willingly going into the season with Zach Wilson as your backup 2 years ago was criminal. And if that team had Tyrod Taylor, I'm still convinced they would have pushed for the playoffs. I don't know if
they win 10 or 11 games.
They probably win 9, which
they won 7 with somehow the quarterback room of Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, and Trevor Siemian. Siemian was 2-1.
Yeah, I just that and hey, don't forget Strevler too, either, Jake. But that team, like even more so, was so. Even the year before, like the wheels came off after Berrios dropped what should have been the game-winning touchdown.
That team was 6-3 and 7-4 after they blew out the Bears with Mike White, and then the Berrios game happened, and then Mike White had the rib fracture against the Bills.
That was it. I mean, Mike White for a month was a legitimately good NFL quarterback.
Yep.
And if they went to him sooner that year, they might have actually had an extra few wins in that season.
100%.
So, crazy.
Jeff Parles with us here, Sports by the Book. Plug the show, by the way. Well, you have a huge audience tuning in. We got 525 people in here.
That is a big time between X and YouTube. As always, love the Asmaniacs. My show Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern time, Sports by the Book. Also, we'll have a special Friday show starting tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern. It's myself, my regular co-host Alex White. She is a multiple-time contest winner, including last man standing here in Las Vegas, and 2 Hall of Fame bookmakers, Chris Andrews and Vinny Maliulo. That's Football Frenzy on a Friday. All the alliteration aside, Jake, at 3 o'clock Fridays starting tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that.
Love it. Purple Belt Mike says, I think I'd sacrifice my sack to be in the AFC Championship game. Jeff, your thoughts?
Oh, didn't Mike Vrabel say sacrifice something else as well for a Super Bowl?
I think he said he would chop something
Yeah,
off.
I think he'd chop it off. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not as much of a risk as Vrabel is putting up there, Purple Belt Mike.
That's what it would look like if you chop off your, you know what?
Might be a little bit louder.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. Jeff Parles is with us. So, Jeff, I'm in Vegas, right? Obviously. Yeah. I've been doing a giveaway on the show the last few shows. You ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
It's called Dealer's Choice.
Oh.
You pick the Jets jersey you want if you win our raffle at the end of the stream. We got Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Jermaine Johnson. Now, who would you pick if you won an Asmaniac raffle? And for everyone else,
easy. Number 5.
Garrett
number
Wilson.
5.
Done.
I already got a Sauce jersey. I need a number 5 now that we, again, once Garrett swapped from 17 to 5. Now that we know Garrett's going to be 5, and we know Garrett's going to be around for a long time, as well. Which, by the way,
thank God,
I haven't been on since both of those contracts got done. Look at the Jets actually doing something smart for once with the front office. Proactive, beautiful. And getting in front of the McLaurin contract as well was also very smart on the Garrett end. So, bravo, I would pick number 5. Wouldn't even hesitate, Jake.
Here's what I'm going to do. No one has gifted a membership yet or sent in a super chat that qualifies. I'm going to throw in right now 5 gifted memberships. If you get one, I'm going to enter your name. Jeff sees the raffle names here off to the side that I'm going to plug in. I'm going to enter you in the raffle. So I'm paying it forward to the community here. 5 memberships are being gifted in 10 seconds. If you want one, here's what you need to do. 1, like the video. That's the thumbs up icon. 2, you need to subscribe to the channel, right? Hit that subscribe button on the right-hand side, right over there. Oh, hold on. It's right over here. Over that way. Towards Jeff. Click that. And then finally, make sure you have in your settings that you want to be able to receive a gifted membership. If you do that, you got a chance to win and get a gifted membership if you're not a channel member. Ladies and gentlemen, blast off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Memberships. Explosion. It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 gifted memberships from yours truly. And Jeff, when I gift memberships, it means I get to play a video of my choice. So here we go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Boom. 5 people have been entered in the raffle. Joey R., Dave Sports Quest, Mike Banks, Marvin ZB, and Joseph Quantit. You all are now channel members. I will write your names down and get you in our raffle. You brought up Garrett Wilson, right?
Yeah.
So you tipped me off on a bet. Garrett Wilson, 1,000 yards or more. And I think I locked it in at plus 120. Are you still confident that Garrett Wilson will go over 1,000 yards for the 4th straight year?
Yes, because here's the thing. The only thing that concerns me is, will there be enough reps? That is the only thing. And again, Jake, I'll tell you, I'm picking the Jets to finish either 8-9 or 9-8 this year. I think they're going to play games that mean something in December this year, which I know we've been clamoring for years at this point. What a sad state of affairs. But yeah, no, the big question is, will they be trailing enough in these games? Will they be down? Will they be able, will Garrett get some cheap yardage like he has these other years and in going over 1,000? But look at the damn quarterback play the man has had to deal with in his career. Like, other than Aaron Rodgers last year, and they never got along fully. Like, that was not a marriage between those two. Like, you mentioned it, Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, who, by the way, is still hanging around somehow.
Did you see, by the way,
the Simeon pickup in the Boyle?
Titans signed Trevor Simeon. They released Tim Boyle.
Just former Jet quarterback hell roulette.
You just got to laugh
on that one. Where's Bryce Petty when you need him? But just look at the crap quarterback play that Garrett Wilson has had in his career. There's no reason. Like, Mike White is Aaron Rodgers and Mike White in his God state are the only few what is that? Probably like 19 competent weeks of quarterback play in 3 seasons. It's just ridiculous at this point.
It's unbelievable. It's hard to even just describe just the level of ineptitude that we've experienced as fans.
Very bad, Jake. Very bad.
Oh my goodness. Rocky Jet says, "Can I send a Venmo for the raffle?" Of course you can. Jeff sent me a a Venmo request right before the show. So my Venmo is working. Jake-Asmin on Venmo. Look for the guy that looks like me in the profile picture. And Rocky, you could definitely enter the raffle if you so choose via Venmo. That means Mr. Two won't get a cut. So, I mean, I'm not complaining about such a thing. I'm certainly not. We'll do some calls with Jeff here. What time you got to run it? Remind me.
We got another 15 minutes.
Beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start it off with a guy who was always on point with takes to die for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say hello right here, right now to the great Kyle Clifton.
What's going on, gents? How are you?
Mr. Clifton.
Kyle.
So I love the fact that Glenn is kind of pushing back on the media and some of these popular narratives. It's probably something that's long overdue. Like Salah trying to be their buddy or just being a speed bump. It didn't really work for us. I think that Jake has said, like, you know, if this continues and they're on a losing streak during the season, that it's going to come back to bite them. And that's probably the case. But for now, it's good to kind of set a tone. Like when they talk about Fields, and I think this happens in the chat and in the community a lot too. Like we didn't really have any other options, right? This guy's going to come in with a new program. Bringing back Rodgers wasn't really an option. Like who else was out there in the free agent market? Are we going to be competing with the Colts to bring in Daniel Jones? That doesn't make any sense either. Fields was really the only guy that made sense. I mean, the other thing would be drafting Shador. And, you know, I think from what we've heard, he wasn't exactly wowing people during the pre-draft process. Like if he was insulting towards the Jets during their sit down, he's trying to put in a new program. How is that going to work, right? You bring him in as a 5th round pick, and now he's supposed to be the guy. It doesn't really resonate. So, like, Fields is the guy for this year. He's given himself the opportunity to develop 2 quarterbacks here. One guy who's been in the league a little bit that has all the tools, that hasn't really done it yet. I think you guys were saying before he hasn't stayed healthy. If he can get 17 games, there's no reason he can't get to 3,200 yards because this is the best offensive line he's ever had. And when you take a look at, you know, next year, we'll worry about next year, but there were guys out there. It's just a matter of, you know, see if you can develop Fields for this year. If it doesn't work, you grab your guy next year. You see if you can develop him thereafter. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, Fields under contract next year also. So this year is really just more, I would say more so a gravy year. Fields goes over that total, like you said, Kyle, you're probably going to end up with a 9-10 win season. I agree with you that this is by far the best offensive line he has seen. The Bears' offensive lines he played behind were a joke. And the one in Pittsburgh last year, I played reasonably well while he was there, but that was not a looked at as high-end offensive line. So, look, it's good to be playing with house money on your quarterback position, which is kind of what the Jets are doing this year, where short contract, if he doesn't perform, all right, you can either keep him around as the backup next year for the second year of the contract, or you just cut him for not a big cap hit, and you try to do it again next offseason. I think this is and if he's great, you have him under contract for a very cheap $20 million next year.
And the most likely scenario is you draft the guy anyway, and he's going to play the first 5 or 6 games, so you don't throw the kid in the deep end. So
that's correct, Kyle.
So, I mean, like, I don't get all the animosity that we see towards Fields. Like, he can't play. Maybe, right? But he's the guy, right? Like, there really was no other option from where I sit. That's
I've said this, Kyle, because realistically, once they decided, whether you're a pro keeping Rodgers or not, once they decided they were moving on from Rodgers, none of the other quarterbacks offered a percentage where they could be the guy for beyond just 1 year. And while it's still probably unlikely Fields plays well enough to definitively be the Jets quarterback for 2026, no questions asked, there's at least maybe a 10%, 15%, 20% chance he could play well enough to be that guy.
I think
that's worth it.
I think it's higher than that. I think it's 1-3.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think it's 1-3 that
even in a quote unquote loaded QB class coming out.
Well, here's the problem though. It depends. Like if the Jets are bad enough, then obviously those 1-3 turn into like 1-10, because then you could be picking near the top of the draft. Again, there's a lot of questions. Will Arch Manning even come out as well?
You got what? Sellers. You have Nussmeier.
You have Aller. You have
Klubnik.
Klubnik. Yeah, I don't love how Klubnik translates over to the NFL. I don't love how Aller translates either. But Sellers is awesome. Sellers is. If South Carolina's roster was a little bit better around him, I would be saying South Carolina win 10, 11 games. I just don't like the roster around them. But yeah, look, this is, and I think I said this to you during the summer, where the Jets, the last time the Jets went into a season without the quote unquote savior going into the year at quarterback was what, the year Josh McCown started in 2017.
That team was 3-2.
When the Jets, I thought the Jets might legitimately go 1-15, and they started 3-2 with the 3-game winning streak and won 5 games. And I was like, oh my God, maybe Todd Bowles isn't terrible anymore. We're getting 5 wins out of one of the worst rosters I can remember. But it's been almost a decade since they went into a season without the savior. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Having lower expectations going into the year is a good thing, especially for this franchise that has fallen on its feet more than anyone over the last 15 years.
Hey, Kyle Clifton, Eli writes in, you look like you're ready to go to a rap battle, someone on the sidewalk. Is this true?
I'm waiting for somebody to come by. But the last thing I just want to say is, if you're pro Aaron Glenn, you kind of have to be pro Fields, because he handpicked this guy for this year, and he doesn't want to get off to a bad start, right? Like he wants to be the one to find, knowing that he has this kind of mulligan year where he can, just draft the guy next year. I appreciate your time, guys.
Kyle,
thanks, Kyle.
Great call as always. By the way, shout out to one of our awesome listeners, Rocky. He goes, "Can I send a Venmo for the raffle?" He did send the Venmo. Rocky, I got you down. Good luck. We're giving away a dealer's choice Jets jersey at the end of the show. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson, or Justin Fields. You pick the size and color, green or white, and we send it to you. A couple super chats here, then we'll try and squeeze in another call before we say goodbye to our man Jeff. It will be a weekly with us throughout the upcoming season for year 3 of the Parles segment.
I can't wait. And again, after last year obviously was a train wreck, but after the last 2 years, something positive. We're due, right, Jake?
Rob has been a channel member for 20 months. Chad Pennington, 64 yards to make the playoffs in 06. Lovely on the screen in that Monday night in the rain. Christmas Day, Christmas night. I think it was that game. Unreal. Oh, man, good times. 25 in the house. He checks in. If you could pick any wide receiver to realistically trade for, who would it be?
Oh, boy.
I'm Alec Pierce, if you consider that realistic.
I don't think it is. That's the problem. I don't know what you would consider realistic at this rate. So, yeah, look, you're kind of stuck with what you got. I wouldn't give, especially giving up draft capital for Phillips, which I think was the correct move.
2 6-round picks.
I would be very cautious of giving up any sort of draft capital for average number 2, average number 3, especially when the Saints are giving up 2 draft picks for Vele, when Vele barely played last year.
Yeah, did that happen today?
It was yesterday.
Yeah, someone asked me about that, but then he already got traded, so I was very confused on the first show today.
Yeah, it's just very odd that New Orleans gave up that much, especially for a New Orleans team that I think is going to be absolutely dreadful this year.
They smell like a team probably picking first in the draft.
Well, if Tyler Shuck stinks, they can take a quarterback again, even though they took Shuck in the second round this year.
They have basically it's like playing free bet blackjack. They have a free hit at quarterback.
Get that pot of gold, Jake.
Nothing like it. Love free bet blackjack. By the way, Brandon says Doug McDermott. It's a great co-host.
Here we go. He's taking my line. He's taking my line. That's always been my celeb doppelganger.
Man.
That and Fat Luka Doncic are the 2 that I've heard.
Yeah, Luka's skinny now, so
it doesn't work anymore.
That's it.
Doesn't work.
Jorge says, Dropping a quick note. Can't wait for the season to start. Amen, man. And there's no better place to kick off the season than being here at Circa, dude. Every time I walk through the sports book, I just get so excited.
Well, not only that, you're going to be here tomorrow for Jets and Eagles.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching that from the pool.
Which what a drag for you, my friend.
It's real tough. The red eye at midnight tomorrow is going to be tough. That's the real challenge.
You know what? You'll sleep. I have faith in you. You'll sleep. And you also too going west to east. That flight's not that long. That flight's not as long as you think it is, Jake.
I'm just ready to enjoy some Jets Eagles preseason. Anything you want to see tomorrow in this game? The starters won't play.
No,
besides that,
yeah. I mean, that's just really, again, we're not going to, I mean, we're barely going to see any starters, if any. Like, maybe we'll see the Rooks. Maybe we'll see Taylor. Maybe we'll see Membu a little bit. I don't know, Jake. It just, now to basically, once it's declared, hey, the preseason's over for the starters, I kind of check out at this rate. So, and for the Eagle, it was funny last week, Sirianni calling the timeout to freeze the kicker in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And everyone losing their mind over it was kind of Philly. Even though that was a very entertaining game because you had Dylan Gabriel, the sideline reporter, lead Dylan Gabriel into taking a shot at Shador on the sideline.
There's competitors. And then there's entertainers.
Well, what are we then? Are we just only entertainers? We have competitive natures.
We're just entertainers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Asmaniacs compete every day for prizes and for Asmaniac madness, right? To be called the champion, like Mr. Bonesy now is. We believe in competition on this show.
Good old Mr. Bonesy.
The Bones man. Saw him at our watch party on Saturday.
You doing all right? The shoes going good?
The shoes. He told me business is booming this summer.
That's interesting. That's
right.
In a summer that has not been so booming out here, that's good to hear that Bonesy's still working.
What's the deal with the Vegas conversation, right?
It's a lot of.
Is it legit?
It's a lot of noise. Let's just go with that. It's a lot of noise.
It's like people when they talk about New York, it's like, oh, there's crime everywhere. You can't walk down the street of Manhattan without being shot. I'm like, that's probably not true. I've been doing it a while.
No, it's just a lot. It's a lot of noise. Now, granted, I will say on the Strip where two mega companies own 90% of the Strip, there are some things that need to be changed pricing wise, and people come. Look, people love good deals, Jake. That's why people love your show. They love a good deal. So you get yourself some good deals in Vegas. Again, people will start showing. People show up here too, as you know. I was here last week. Jordan was jumping last Friday, Saturday night.
That's right. Now let me get you out of here with a Mets question.
Oh,
we know you're a big Met fan. You're the classic Mets Jets.
That's not good.
Have you lost faith in the Mets? Are they making the playoffs?
They're making the playoffs. The Reds aren't good enough. That's really the bigger thing, more so than anything. But this has been as disheartening of a run as I can remember because this roster is really good. I know there's some people who are like, oh, it's flawedly constructed. Like other than maybe two or three rosters in baseball, who doesn't have a big flaw this year? Maybe even two rosters at this point. And one of them is the Phillies, who just lost their best pitcher.
Yeah.
So they'll make the playoffs. They're going to be this. I will tell you, the key to the whole operation for a run like last year for the Mets is the NL West champ doesn't end up in the 3 slot. Because I think the Mets are going to get to 6 again. If the Mets play either the Dodgers or the Padres around 1, they're toast. If they play the Phillies around 1, the Mets can beat the Phillies. We saw it last year in the postseason. So the round 1 opponent's going to be important. And for your Yankees, I know you didn't ask. For your Yankees, the Yankees are fine. The Yankees are going to either be the number 2 or number 1 or number 2 wild
I think
card.
they'll make the playoffs, but I could easily
They're
see
not winning the World Series.
I could see them losing in the wild card round.
Sure.
I could see them getting to the World Series. The AL is not that good.
Yeah, I just don't see them beating if
they're red hot right now, though.
They can't beat Toronto for whatever reason.
No.
But
Toronto's a bunch of phonies until I see them do it.
I agree with you that. But if they have to play Detroit in the division series with Detroit's pitchers rested, that's hard because Skubal's the best pitcher on planet Earth right now. So we'll see. We'll see. I picked the Tigers to win it all at the All-Star break. I'm not backing off of that.
Very nice.
Yeah. So
all right, Jeff. One more time. Tell people about your show.
Sports by the Book, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Fridays, 3 o'clock Eastern. Football Frenzy. We got week 0, Jake. You got your bets in for week 0?
No, can you give people some bets? You're the betting guy.
Jesus. So I like Kansas State to win.
Okay.
I think the number's sharp at 3, but I like K-State to win. Find a baseball money line to parlay with it. Kansas is going to smoke Fresno State in the reopening of Boots Stadium in Lawrence. my favorite bet of the weekend was the under in the Stanford Hawaii game, but that numbers got hacked so bad that it's kind of hard to bet that. Also, if you bet Hawaii is an underdog, good job. Stanford is awful. They're one of the worst power conferences.
But they have Andrew Luck at quarterback. Did I misread that?
General manager, my friend. But Frank Reich is their interim head coach.
Okay.
Which is interesting. And then
Boomer Esiason's college roommate.
Yeah, Western Kentucky total got hit up, and then UNLV will beat Idaho State by a lot. So there you go.
Oh, PBM wants a week 1 survivor pick. I need one too. I'm about to enter the Circa Survivor contest out here.
Denver.
That's what he's going with.
Denver. Don't bet
Denver playing.
Denver's hosting Tennessee.
That feels like a safe Denver.
Denver usually does.
They're good at home.
Denver's great at home the first 3 weeks of the season because of the elevation change. They're used to it. No one else is. Cam Ward's making his NFL debut too. Tennessee stinks. It's Denver. Whatever you do not take the Bengals. Don't take the Bengals. They don't win week 1.
Who do they play in week 1?
Joe Flacco.
I'm good. It's risky.
Joe Flacco and the awful Cleveland Browns.
Are the Browns as bad as what people
I think they are.
Because they have a 2-time coach of the year. Like Stefanski's a good coach.
Yeah, but Stefanski's gone coach of the year, awful, awful, coach of the year, awful, awful. So we're due for the Deshaun Watson trade completely screwed up that franchise.
It's
so bad. And Baker's legitimately good in Tampa now. That's the crazy part.
And Todd Bowles has a job for life now because of Baker.
Job for life.
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, man. Jake, awesome as always, man. I got an appointment that I had previously scheduled, so I got to run, folks. But you'll see me. We're starting week 1, right?
We are starting week 1. Now, have we confirmed it will be Wednesday afternoons?
We will be Wednesdays at 4:00 Eastern.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Parles. Next time we hear from him will be week 1. We'll preview, of course. We'll do a lead up to week 1. We'll get you on right before the Steelers game.
Absolutely.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Jeff Parles. My name is Jake Asmin. Quick break. We'll come back, get to more of your calls, get more raffle entries in here. We're live at Circa Las Vegas. My brother might be coming on the show for a quick cameo. Big guest still set to join. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Asmin with you. He's Jeff Parles. Go follow him on social. Back with more from Circa right after this.
Give us a little moonwalk.
I can't. I got the ankle. Oh, do you not know what happened?
No, did something happen recently?
Yeah, when I was in New York, I got hit by a car.
Is there security footage of this? Can I play it on the show?
So they would probably have the footage. I mean, what am I going to do with it now?
Gator's already working on a production of this, so
I think that's why I didn't want to bring it up.
I'm going to play a drop, and then that's your cue to make a face like you got hit by a car. You ready?
All right, I'll do it.
Here we go. Ready? And Gator writes in, can he throw the headset off and vomit?
Now there's a gas station over here. I'm gonna go get some pizza and see if they have any butter to put on it.
You could have died.
But I didn't.
Completely fell asleep and let himself get bitch slapped by them. And you're talking about a guy who's about to tie Marvin Lewis. Most consecutive playoff losses. Let me finish, okay?
That's a bad football team. That is poorly coached.
It's a sad life being a Jets fan, man.
I'm just destroyed with this team.
I hate them. I hate them.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Death, taxes, and the Jets just stabbing a stake in our hearts.
We have all this talent and can't do anything with it.
I've got no words. It was brutal.
25.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know how much more I could take for this.
They are doing irreparable damage to this fan base.
It's the brand new song, Power of Dog!
I saw Bonesy last night playing basketball. He stinks. All right? Bonesy plays basketball like with a piano on his back.
I could ball, so Peter's just trying to get me egged up here.
That looks like me playing basketball.
See, I watched last night. It was really bad.
He does need a belt for his pants, I think.
What'd you watch me do, though? You watched me take 4 warm-up jumpers.
I just watched you move around. It's like you got cement shoes on.
Oh, my God.
Bonesy, I love you, but you're not a basketball player.
Peter, how does he shoot?
He had a two-handed, like, old man shot from the corner that didn't go in.
And they caught the robber of your place of work yet.
I choose not to talk about that.
Well, this is concerning, Scott. I don't know if I can make a commitment to broadcast from your place of work if there's a robber on the loose.
So you're going to be downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, whatever you want to do. At some point, I don't know, whatever.
Where are we going again, Scott?
Saratoga. You're going right at the bunker. Everyone can get down. It's cool.
And to be clear, you're not a suspect in the robberies right now.
I was on camera, and the camera was looking at the back of my head and saw my bun. He thought it was me. That's how that happened.
Okay.
I want everybody up here. English, Puerto Rican, that's why I'm here. And I know you want the mayor. I know you do. Should I say something or no?
Scott, to be honest, I really don't know what you're saying right now.
The mayor has lunch at the bunker a couple times a week. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let's catch this robber first before I go.
All right. Okay. I'll do you want me? He was apprehended and released.
That's not good, Scott. Why was he released?
Jake, I don't know, man. Maybe a PR reason. Not have it in the papers, whatever.
A PR reason? He robbed your place of work. How was he just released?
It's not my call, dude. I have no clue.
Gunny, your thoughts on that call?
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
Only on this show, dude. Only on this show.
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone with the greatest camera quality you will ever see. Robert C. is up next. Hello, Robert.
So I try to pull up your channel on YouTube. What the Jets need to do is win.
Robert, thank you for the call. I don't know if that's your camera, if you're hanging out with Weed the People, if you're in a sauna, but that was great. I would like you to respond.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asmin Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.
All right, we're back here in Las Vegas, Circa Las Vegas contest weekend. People signing up for the Circa Million, the Circa Survivor contest. And joining me right now is one of my closest friends in the business. He does what I do for the Jets, for the Baltimore Ravens. He also used to be on the radio in Baltimore, pre- and post-game host on the flagship station out there. And he's a New Yorker. He's from the Albany area. I just hung out with this guy at a Yankees game a couple of weeks ago. Bobby Trosset joins us. What's up, Bobby?
Great to see you, brother. Thanks again for recruiting me. I mean, it's hard to believe that. And how about the fact it's going to be a brotherly type thing this weekend, too, with Zach here. My brother TJ's en route, too. So it's going to be a family affair. But, you know, it was 2 summers ago that you first got me involved with contest weekend. And here we are all these years later. And I love the crossover, too. We've got some people that know you in our audience. A guy named Andrew from Ithaca keeps hitting me up. Andrew G. I don't know what his last name is, but I'll tell you off the air. And I think he's a fan of both of our channels. So it's fun to see the crossover, and it's obviously fun to be back in Vegas with you.
I like your merch, by the way. You guys launched a merch store recently. The podcast that Bobby does with Sarah Ellison's called The Vault. They cover the Ravens. Bobby also has a personal channel where he does Ravens content. But you guys have some fresh logos, T-shirts, polos. Very nicely done.
Following your lead, my friend. It's a lot of fun to kind of promote the show and hop on an airplane with the golf polo on and sweat my ass off in the final 20 minutes to send yesterday coming in from JFK. But yeah, no, thevaultpod.com/shop. We just rolled it out last month and excited to talk a little shop with you. Where are we taking this conversation?
Well, you tell me, what is the perception of the New York Jets from a Ravens perspective? Because I can tell you this, a lot of Jet fans are hoping that Justin Fields could take a lot of what Lamar Jackson maybe was doing at the beginning of his career before he became a refined passer. And that's the style of offense the Jets want to play, where they maybe lead the NFL in rushing attempts, rushing yards. They want to play basically a very similar style to the Greg Roman era Ravens.
I got a lot of optimism for Justin Fields. I hope he's able to resurrect his career first and foremost. And you always know how I roll. I don't speak as a fan. I'm really not a fan of anybody. When we got into broadcasting, I just decided to strip my loyalty. So this is not from a Ravens lens, what I'll tell you. I'll just give it to you the way I see it, in the way that I view the Ravens fan base. And let's be honest, they think the Jets are unserious.
Of course.
Of course they do. That said, I think there's an understanding of, at some point here, something's got to give. Something's got to give. And they have so many skill position players that not only are under contract for the foreseeable future, but are already high performing players. And so I'm hoping that Justin can't just be a Band-Aid fix here for a couple of years. I hope he ends up being your franchise quarterback. It's unfortunate what happened with Aaron. I'm a believer in him still having a little bit left in the tank. And I think that absolutely would have been the case had he not freaking torn his Achilles at 40 years old? Or what is he now, 42?
He'll be 42 at the end of the season.
Okay. So soon to be 42, meaning when he joined the Jets, he was 40.
He was
39, soon to be 40 in that first season there. So, look, the Ravens view him as unserious, but I hope that they prove a lot of people wrong. I do.
Now, your thoughts on this Ravens team, because the expectations feel like anything short of getting to a Super Bowl, it's a failed year. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I hate the Super Bowl or bust label, generally speaking, but it is obviously flattering.
There, right?
I mean, it's a flattering. Yeah, it's flattering. And you should get to where you haven't gone yet, which would be at least a Super Bowl appearance. Honestly, Jake, Sarah and I have spent the majority of this offseason trying to figure out what's holding them back in big moments. Because whether it's player execution or lack thereof, failed strategy and game planning, i.e. the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs where they abandoned the run, there's a new Achilles heel every year in January. And so I don't feel like they're missing a thing besides pressure management and ultimately player execution when it matters most. Anybody else that tells you it's Harbaugh, anybody else that it tells you it's Lamar, anybody that tells you it's anything other than those two things that I just mentioned, I have a hard time listening, to be honest with you.
What do you make of the discourse surrounding Lamar Jackson, right? You can't say that he hasn't been able to perform in the playoffs anymore because he has had now several big-time playoff games, but he's missing that ring. Him and Josh Allen are the two guys in the AFC that have the MVPs that don't have the Super Bowl appearances yet. Your thoughts on the discourse surrounding Lamar?
A little stale, a little outdated, I'd say. Because to your point, he just put on a legacy-defining, really second half in Buffalo and gave him a chance to win. But he was involved in 2 turnovers in the first half. So he's still waiting for that signature performance in January, meaning a 4-quarter performance that's one of those regular season Jackson 5 types of staples that he's had. He has not yet had that in the postseason, which is why he's below 500.
But sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, right? Remember Tom Brady, year 1 with the Bucs when they went to the Super Bowl and won? Threw 3 interceptions in the NFC Championship game. Rodgers completely outplayed him that day. But
and lost.
They lost.
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay basically lucked into a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
No doubt. Lucky than good.
No doubt. That game was absurd. I cannot believe still to this day that Green Bay didn't win that game.
Right.
And my heart breaks for Aaron, honestly, for that game, looking back on it. But because it may end up being the closest that he'll ever get at the rest of, meaning since, obviously you won a Super Bowl, but it might end up being the last straw. But I don't. So what was your question again?
Just, the conversation with Lamar where people will say, he's a choker because he hasn't won a championship yet or hasn't even been to the Super Bowl. Just you talk about it every day. You got to have people calling in that have strong opinions one way or another in your show, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's still, I'd say the old guard, there's a percentage of the old guard that still thinks that he doesn't have what it takes in order to get there. I think he's proven the majority of doubters wrong at this point, whether it's accuracy, deep ball game, health since 2022, right? He's been healthy for the most part, although I'm catching you on a day that my day's been full today because yesterday Lamar goes down with what looks like, from the beat reporter community's vantage point, something with his wrist/hand is what it's described as. Well, what do you know that a spokesperson approaches the beat community not long after practice and said, hey, he's fine. His foot got stepped on. Well, okay. Well, what happened to the wrist/hand designation? So you know how it goes. It gets up to the national level. It becomes a saga. John Harbaugh meets with reporters earlier today. X-ray comes back clean. He's all good. But the conspiracy theories are running rampant. All we have to go by is what the team has told us, and that is that Lamar's good. Did not practice today. Makes it a bigger story maybe than what it should be. But that's the latest right now with Lamar Jackson. He is not practicing. The team says he's fine. We'll see if he's good to go come next week. 17 days out to the start of regular season. So there's plenty of time. But when it comes to Lamar and this franchise, it's a sensitive topic.
Man, I can't even imagine doing a daily show about the Ravens when every year, like, we're winning at least 9 to 10 games. probably more. We're going to be in the playoffs most years, if not all of them. Like, what's it like to cover a winning team, man? I'm so jealous. This will be my 5th year doing daily Jets content. This is now 2 full years. Like, officially, I've been full-time on YouTube. You and I were both full-time radio guys. Now we're, full-time content creators, and I do radio on the side. I just can't imagine what it's like to talk about a team that wins. Like, free agency for you in the draft, like, it's a story. But, like, for us, it's the Super Bowl. For you guys, it's like, it's a big deal, but nothing compared to what we talk about in the regular season or games in late December, playoff games in January. Very jealous. I hope that's coming across in my question here.
Well, we got into it last night at Carbone, didn't we? Just in terms
Shameless plug. How good was dinner?
Well, shout out Chris, by the way. I'm sure your audience maybe is familiar with Chris, who's a huge Jets fan. You said he's originally from Rockland. Westchester. Okay. So Chris was, kind enough to book a reservation. I mean, what an unbelievable experience that was last night. Holy hell. I slept incredibly well because of the remind me the pasta dish that we had, rigatoni, right?
Rigatoni.
It was spicy too, wasn't it? It was, and I'm talking to Zach over here. It was a little spicy, and then we got some steak. We got there was a salad out there. We got some meatballs. The bread was incredible. So anyway, Carbone was incredible. But what we discussed that last night was that our off seasons are very different. You have been able to build an incredible community off of dysfunction. Not a community full of, I'm sure there's some dysfunction in the community.
Well, hold on. Let me play you something. You tell me if you would consider this dysfunction.
All right.
A couple other things I want to play for you too while we're talking about possible dysfunction. Also, we have this one.
Nobody gives a shit.
And then last but certainly not least.
Dude, I'm partial to Bobby Midnight. Great name, right? I mean, that guy's got it going on. He was a topic at dinner last night, by the way, Bobby Midnight. So, there's plenty of dysfunction in maybe the community, now that you jog my memory. But you've been able to build it off of, let's call it, aside from dysfunction, underperformance. Let's call it that. You've been able to build this channel off of underperformance, and I find that to be spectacular because we have a chance to cover a team that, since Lamar showed up, really is a perennial contender, but yet that comes with certain standard off seasons, like kind of boring off seasons, with the exception to what Lamar was going through his contract. And by the way, he's up for an extension at some point here soon, so that could come back. But the offseason of 2023 was absurd because you had the non-exclusive franchise tag, everything that came with that. I mean, it was just an insane time. But since then, off seasons have been really standard. So what are you going to do, right? September through January is interactive audience and then some, and it just makes for sometimes what is your best month, maybe with free agency, draft prep, quarterback carousel, coaching firers, GM firings. I mean, there's so much that happens. I guess we're a little bit more even keel, but sometimes I'm jealous of what you're doing in the offseason, to be quite honest.
Now, you got done with your shows today. I'm hearing rumblings of you making an appearance at Stadium Swim. Are you excited to watch a little Yankees Red Sox from Stadium Swim coming up?
Well, I'm white as a ghost. Okay, let's be honest. You and I do not have the complexion of a Greek god. Okay, I think Zach can probably attest to that. I think I have poison ivy on my right wrist from doing a massive yard project in Cooperstown, New York. I've spent my summer in Albany. I will be going to Stadium Swim. I just don't know how many heads I'm going to be turning given the complexion. I've been busting my ass at Metabolic Meltdown, and I have every intention of going to Stadium Swim with finding and going in pursuit of Mrs. Trosset, finding the future Mrs. Trosset. Maybe she's walking by as we speak. But yes, Stadium Swim within the hour. What time is it now? It's 4:41.
That's Eastern time. 1:41.
I'm sorry. Thank you. You haven't shifted that over. Okay.
I have not.
Okay. Now, look, if there's one thing that you got to know about Jake and I don't want to, jump to too many conclusions here. We run a two-man weave, I think, that should be talked about. It's a generational two-man weave. Watch what we do in New Orleans. Watch what we do in Indy. All right. I put my hinge locations in these places where we visit for NFL events. You just let me know if I should shut the hell up. I put my hinge locations in advance, typically multi weeks in advance, just to kind of get a head start on trying to find our future wives.
No one is better at maintaining relationships with random people he might meet once in various cities than Bobby Trosset. It's astonishing.
Well, shout out Leah from Vegas. Hopefully we'll see her before that we leave.
I couldn't even remember her, and then somehow you're like, hey, I'm still talking to Leah. I'm like, who? You're like the girl from Vegas 2 years ago. I go, what? I'm like, good for you, man.
Yes. Well, that's some people would look at that as a blessing. Others would look at it as a curse. Recently 31, single as a Pringle, enjoying building this company.
Single as a Pringle.
As I lose my train of thought for very good reason. I think all three boys just did before behind this table after who walked by. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun this weekend. We're gonna go at Stadium Swim this afternoon. I bought a whole box of cigars for this moment. I Irish goodbye the group.
To Stadium Swim, by the way.
I hope so. Yes. I Irish goodbye the group. I just want to admit this, and then I will jump. I did Irish goodbye after Carbone last night. I just felt like today needed to be a win in terms of streaming. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Pacific is when we were live, and I needed to get my stuff together, get built up down here, and I think hopefully you guys will forgive me for that exit stage left that I did when you were in the middle of changing your room.
Hungry Hippo 666 writes in, white as a ghost. Look at Jake. He looks like milk.
Really supportive of you here.
Oh yeah, the chat is always kind.
Yes.
Bobby, you are the man, my friend. Always good to get you on. I feel like this is always like the unofficial, like, hey, football season's finally here when you and I come out here to Circa every year for this. So looking forward to a good rest of the weekend. And when the Jets play the Ravens, if the Jets are maybe relevant at that point in the season, which is a question, maybe I'll make the trip to Baltimore. I'll hang out with you for that game.
Hey, I'll be down in St. Pete, so let me know. I might have to come back for that since it's in Baltimore this time around. So,
well, Bobby actually he's living in St. Pete starting in September. You're going to show up at some of the Asmaniac events I have for Jets Bucks week 3.
Hopefully your 30th. Yeah, that's your 30th weekend, correct?
That weekend, yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Good to know. What's the date of that again?
September. I think the game is on the 21st. So
Okay.
I'm getting down to Tampa on the 19th.
All right. Good to know. Looking forward to it, brother. Thanks for having me on.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is Bobby Trosset. If you're on hold, we're going to get to you. Fire up your calls. We take them right after this.
Let's go back to Beast, whose camera's not on, but we know he's there. Hey, Beast.
Playtime is over. In the words of the Paulie Dangerously,
You get the fuck out. Just kidding. I'll come back to you, Beast. What do you got?
You get the fuck out.
Woo! Are you still mad at me? I'm very confused.
If you want real good tacos, you gotta go with El Flour Tortilla. You can also do carne asada. Well, gracias, amigo. Este Taco Tuesday, las muchas gracias.
Muy,
Este es huesos.
muy.
Nobody gives a shit. The dangerous lines is. This means war. You want to play with fire? Right here. Piss off.
He's gone. All right. I'm sorry. Farts are funny. Beast is called back in. Hey, Beast.
I've already prepared the. I prepared. Get in the cage with me, you pussies. I got more balls than half the roster that can't combine. I got the power to do it. Thank you for your time. I was going to say. And remember, this is Mr.
None of that made any sense, but thank you, Beast, for whatever that was.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our next guest. He's my brother, Zack Asmin. He doesn't even know how to put headphones on properly. There you go, Zach. How are
Hey,
you?
everyone. How's the audience? How is everybody? Everyone hear me okay?
How are you?
I'm doing well,
First
man.
time in Vegas. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. Jake, you're a great radio host. Everybody knows that, but you're an even better brother. And I thank you for taking me out here. It's been a hell of a time, to say the least, and we're going to enjoy the rest of the day.
That's right. Now, you're on the show. Which Asmaniac do you want to give a special shout out to?
Oh man, it would be tough to just say one. Can I give a few that come off the top of my head?
Sure.
All right, let's go. Definitely my man, the Beast. Love Beastbreaker 666. Let's go, Mr. Bonesy, Rob from Glenhead. Cross Drag is a great one.
Nobody gives a shit.
Oh, okay.
Anything else? Thanks for the time.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out.
Thank you.
Just kidding. So Vegas, you get off the plane yesterday, and what was waiting for us?
A limo with a driver that had an iPad that said Asman on it, right out of the movies. We had some nice drinks and soft drinks in the car.
Soft drinks. There were hard drinks.
Hard drinks and soft drinks.
I took a
mixers.
full handle back to my room.
Yes, we did do this. I took a couple of beers too, put them in the mini fridge. So looking forward to having a couple of those later.
Say hi to Mom. She's watching the show.
Hello, Mom.
Purple Belt Mike is upset he didn't get a shout out.
PBM, man. I forgot PBM. That's my fault. He also cut me off. I had more.
Let's see. Brian Glick says you're dead to him because you didn't shout him out. That's Coach Olbrich.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Next time, brother. I got cut off, like I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, gift memberships, not only because it gives you a chance to win a Jets jersey at the end of the stream, but because Zack Asmin needs money to gamble with.
Oh, boy.
So some of the super chats and memberships will go to his gambling fund. You played free bet blackjack for the first time last night. What was that like?
Oh, man, that was an experience unlike anything I've ever seen before. So I've played blackjack before at a few casinos, obviously not in Vegas. This is my first time here, but I've never played free bet blackjack. I'd never even heard of it before. That was something, man. That was quite the event to a game to partake in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gator says, Zach clearly gets more sun than his bro. Well, that is definitely true. I am as pale as can be. I actually get maybe the same amount of sun. I just actually use sunscreen and wear bucket hats when I'm out at the pool here because it's right now it is 107 degrees. My Apple Watch is saying in Vegas.
It's definitely hot here. I also yesterday probably should have put on a little sunscreen, but we didn't do that. But we're okay. We didn't get burned. It actually turned into a nice tan. But we'll definitely be applying sunscreen later in the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, a couple super chats to shout out. First, Nate saw this earlier. I've missed Jeff Parles so much. Glad to see him again. For those tuning in late, Jeff was on with us for the first 45 minutes of the show. He'll be with us every Wednesday during the season. Dylan Terraman is going to slide over to Thursdays during the season. So we got Jeff locked in every week, O'Leary locked in every week, Dylan locked in every week, Fireman Ed will be locked in every week, Joe B Mondays every week, Will Pa Monday afternoons every week, Nick Shine Wednesday mornings every week. I'll have the official announcement when we get closer, but our weekly guest schedule is coming together. Sabo probably Tuesday mornings again, so be on the lookout for the official announcement on that in the coming weeks. JT in the raffle for one. Eli, who won a jersey on the first show and wants to donate it to the Lane Train, he won he gifted another membership. Frankie L has gifted a channel membership, and shout out to Shooter who sent in a $20 super chat. He says, put in this 20 at the Jets winning it all. Put it on that. I'll tell you what, I'll take that bet for you, Shooter, because I'm not putting money on the Jets to win it all. How about the Jets to win more than 5.5 games, though, Shooter? Does that work? Because I think they could do that. The Lump Man says, I want Zach to be able to gamble. He gifted 5 channel memberships. Hey, now.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Love the Lump Man.
I love Lumpy. That's another one I missed my shout out before. There are too many to shout out. That's the problem. I watch the show every day pretty much. Gonna keep cutting me off?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
But there are too many Asmaniacs to shout out. Seriously, the channel and the community. You guys are all awesome. Love interacting with all of you every day, throughout the chats and the videos. So keep up the good work, everyone.
Castaway Jet writes in, Zach Wilson, 15 of 23, 151 yards and a touchdown. Justin Fields, 1 of 5, 4 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, today's douchebag of the day is none other than Castaway Jet. And this is sponsored by potentially you. For now, it's sponsored by your ass is going to the hole. Goodbye, Castaway.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the Lane Train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
You like a good whole sentence there, Zach.
I love a good whole sentence. I mean, that guy was just a dope, right?
Jet fans are dopes.
Mr. Coward.
Great coach. Ladies and gentlemen, on the line right now is a guy who I believe is making his debut as a caller. His name is Cross Drag. Hello, Cross Drag.
We're alive. How you guys doing?
Wow. Cross drag. You
What
look
a
a lot like
surprise.
my friend
Honestly,
Rob.
the first time to call in, it's today. It has to be.
Now, for those who don't know, which is everyone, cross drag is Zach's best friend growing up, the great Rob. Hello, Rob.
How you guys doing? By the way,
Doing well,
first of
Rob.
all, thanks for the invite. I'm actually pissed. I would have flown out.
You could have
but-
came.
You were invited. You can't even pretend like you weren't.
Oh, it's
You
true.
gave me
You
like
said
a
it at
2-week heads
Hillstone.
up.
I said, well, that's basically how much that Zach had.
It's true. I had like
I would
no
have flown
time.
out.
Yeah, maybe like 3 weeks. You could have
Zach-
flown out. Fly out
Zach,
right
by
now.
I honestly I should. Zach,
I have,
I'm
the,
gonna bet
I have the room till Sunday. I'm flying back out. I'm flying out tomorrow night because I got to MC an event on Saturday. But Zach could extend his stay.
I
and
will
you could have
change
the
my
room.
flight. We would definitely have a good time, Bobby. If that's something you're interested in seriously doing.
all right, all I want, I'm gonna send you $200. Put it on black.
Also, are
Can
you a
can you do that?
cross-dresser?
I got you, man.
The chat wants to know if you're a cross-dresser. Can you explain your name?
Oh boy.
Okay, so cross drag. If everyone really wants to know, it is a play in Madden that I've used since I'm probably 15 years old, and it's unstoppable. Zach, you want to opine to that? Want to
I
talk
could
about that
attest
or
to
no?
this. So I played a lot of Madden in my lifetime. I'm actually still waiting to play with the great Charles Gorman, who we'll get to that later. But cross drag is just a play that's unstoppable. There are too many options when, obviously it's a passing play and you either hit the tight end for a quick out route or you can hit the obviously the cross drag. It's unstoppable. Too many options going on there.
I think so. For the chat, I really believe I can get the Jets 7 wins if I was the head coach. I'm being serious. I really think I can. I think I can. If you put me around like competent coaching, I think I could do it.
So-
Anyways, yeah. Keep
Would
going.
you focus on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball if that would be if you were hired by the New York Jets?
It will be offense because we've been 30th or 31st in the league since I was born, probably. So
Listen,
probably
you can get us
that.
into the top 20. I really have no
I
doubt.
think I could. But the only problem is we'll have 3 plays in our playbook.
It's cross drag every time into a no huddle. So
Anyways, you guys are the best. Jake, you have the best show out there. I tune in all the time, so kudos to you. And then lastly, 2 questions. One, how many wins are we getting this year? Zach, I'll let you go first. What do you think?
oh boy. I'm gonna go with a gun to my head, 7 wins. Probably
Jake,
not
what do
the
you
answer
think?
the chat likes.
I was at 6, but pending no injuries of significance tomorrow, Mr. Cross Drag, I think I'm moving up to 7. I think I'll get to 7 by week 1.
And then are we going to week 1? What's the
No.
you don't want to go?
I'm not going to week 1, but maybe we can go, Robert. But he's gonna have his show with Mike T. And he gets off right before that at like 12 o'clock. So we'll only have an hour to get to the game from the studio, ESPN. So he's not going to be going to many games this year. It'd be you and I. I would go.
Hey, Cross Drag, Luppy wants to know if you're wearing a hairpiece.
Fuck you, Luppy. Who the fuck is that?
That's the Lup man. How dare you,
Robert, come on, man.
He just gifted 5 memberships. How dare you?
Oh, that's good. I like him. What's his thing? OU something?
We call him the Lup man. Luppy.
Luppy?
He's a great man.
All right, guys. I'm out. Talk to you.
Take care, Rob.
Mr.
Talk
Cross
soon.
Drag. Thank you. That's Zack Asmin's best friend right there.
Yes, it is. He is a great childhood friend of mine. Great man. Big Jet fan too.
Average man. Big Jet fan though.
Big Jet fan. Yes.
All right. Open phone lines for everyone who wants in. Zach, do you want to take another call here?
I would love to take a call, especially let's see the list. Who do we got on hold here?
You only have one option. There's no Beast right now. Beast was very upset with what happened on the first show when people were, coming out of the woodwork to claim that he's now a Bills fan. I don't know if you saw what he was wearing on the first show.
I did see that. Yeah, that's rough. A lot of bullies in the chat, man. Listen, this guy Beast, he calls in every day. He's got a big heart, and a lot of people in the chat. I'm not going to say everybody, but there are a lot of mean people out there.
This picture, by the way, is unequivocally false.
Oh, absolutely.
Beast is not a Buffalo Bills fan.
I never thought he was.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to your calls. Last chance to enter our raffle as well. Dealer's choice. Zach, if you could pick any jersey, I'll ask you the same question I asked Jeff. Fields, Garrett, Gardner, JJ. If you win the raffle, which Jets player would you pick?
I got to go with the G5 jersey. I know that's the answer that Jeff also gave the chat, but I just love Garrett Wilson, man. He's got a great personality. The guy's just a workhorse. I'd go G5, yeah, no doubt. But all great options.
Brian says the medical term for beast is enlarged heart.
It's tough but fair.
Hungry Hippo says nobody circles the buffet like the beast.
It's not nice.
That's interesting. Connor Long in the house. Hello, Connor. Tonight's drink's on me, a 14-year-old. Enjoy. Now, Connor, I don't know. You probably have never been to Vegas, given the fact you're 14. Zach, why don't you share how much the drink purchase was that you made at the pool yesterday? 2 drinks. What did you spend?
I told you it was $87, but I actually that's not true. I think it was closer to like $96. I went and checked my credit card statement afterwards, so that was $96 for 2 frozen drinks at Stadium Swim.
Chicken Jenkins, ask Zach if he'd sacrifice little Joey for a Super Bowl.
I'm going to look at the camera at this one. Beast, I love you, man. Huge fan, but that guinea pig is gone, dude. If that means the Jets Super Bowl, that guinea pig is gone so quickly. I'm sorry, Beast, but you got to make a sacrifice, bro.
Oh. How dare you?
It's got to be done.
How dare you?
Oh, man. That guinea pig is a goner, though, if it means the Jets are going to win that trophy.
Everyone going crazy over the drink price. The drink I showed off yesterday, the big
Mr. Red Tongue.
With my red tongue, that drink and that, I don't know how many ounces it was, but it was
probably like 32.
It was insane what they charged. Now you could get, cheaper drinks at some spots in Vegas, but you go to the higher end spots. We were at dinner at the Aria last night. You look around, I mean, that place, to just walk in, you're just hemorrhaging money. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's Vegas, though, man. That's how they get you.
Cross Drag spent $5 to say, Zach, check the phone.
My phone, so.
Well, it's definitely not my phone.
Oh, wow. What a guy. Cross Drag just Venmoed me $150. Here's the caption. Put it on black for me. So looks like you and I are about to go put $150 on black for Cross Drag.
Rob, if this hits, we're taking a small finder's fee.
Yes, we
All
are.
right? We're taking 10%. Let's see. Frankie L entering the Asmaniac raffle for 1. Pointed that Bobby Midnight is on the line. No Charles, no Beast. So Zack Asmin making his debut, and he's not going to get a chance to talk to those legends, but he is going to get a chance to talk to this legend.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, brothers.
David T.
What's up, David?
Hey, it's really a pleasure. Jake, talks about you a lot, on his show and the chat and everything, but now put a face to it and get to know your personality and everything. And you guys make me feel good. I've got a great brother myself that I feel I'm that close with as you guys. So it's really cool. And Jake, you're out in Vegas. You look very, very relaxed, buddy.
Thank you, David. I'm trying to be like you.
Yes. We're all trying to relax like David T.
Yeah, well, it's better for your blood pressure.
That's true. David, you mentioned your brother. You should get him to call into the show sometime.
I might. You know what, Zach? In a couple of weeks, and I'll have to ask Jake about this. I'm going over to the Tampa game. We all live down here, and my sister-in-law, because I told him about the meetup on Saturday night, and Jake, and she had said something. Is it possible to bring my brother and sister-in-law over to the meetup?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Zach wouldn't know, but of course, David, bring anyone you want for sure.
Yeah, now
there's a free event on Saturday too, and then the tailgate. There's still plenty of tickets for the actual game if they want to come to that as well.
Yeah, now they're Tampa Bay fans, so I'm making sure they're not going to put Tampa Bay stuff on,
Never.
Family's always welcome, David.
Thank you. Yeah, but like I said, knowing about you two guys and my brother, I'm so close with my brother, and it's really a good feeling. So.
Oh, that's awesome, David. Thank you.
David, you're the man. And just so you know, that white Asmaniac bucket hat is what I will be wearing to the pool when I get done with the show today.
Right, and you were so gracious enough to send me this, Jake, and I really love it.
David, you're the man. Go Jets, all right?
Yes, sir.
I've got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen, base fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
All right, we're back, baby. Frankie L's like, I want in on the raffle. Frankie, I know you're coming to our Tampa meetup. Speaking of that, you're in the raffle for one. Not a whole lot of entries today, so this is a great opportunity to get in if you are interested in trying to win a jersey. Plus, I should mention this. I don't think I've said it yet during the show. Our weekly prizes include a Joe Namath signed jersey, a Ken Mawai signed jersey, and a photo signed by the New York Sack Exchange, Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons. So your chance to win any of those prizes in our weekly raffle if you don't win a daily prize. Eli says, do they still give you free drinks when you're gambling? They do. Obviously, it's free, but they do come by and they do have drinks for you, which is always, a nice little twist. The way you got to think of it is if you're playing blackjack, even if you don't win, if you're there for a while, you get a couple free drinks out of it. You're paying for the entertainment and the time you're sitting at the table. Chances are you're not going to win because these places aren't built on people winning all the time. But if you are there for a while, having fun, you don't lose it all right away. Guess what? It's worth it.
Winning.
Free bet blackjack. Now that is the best. Let's see. There's an interesting comment here. MC says we need a rumble between Yo Holmes and Kyle. We do.
I saw that before in the chat.
What is happening between Kyle Clifton and Yo Holmes? I've been unable to really follow it because I'm trying to do the show here, but it has been intense.
Yeah, it's been pretty heated between the two sides for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, our prayers have been answered. Who is the one Asmaniac that you wanted to talk to?
Please tell me it's the Beast.
It is not the Beast.
Is it Charles?
It is a guy that you want to play video games with.
It's Charles Gorman. Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to answer the call is the #1 seed in last year's Asmaniac Madness tournament.
Hey, Charles! You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. Hey, Charles! I'm not saying that Glowski takes steroids. Please, some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, Charles!
Hello, Jake. Hello, Zach. Also, just to showcase.
Oh, yes.
Fanny pack.
Oh, he's back with a bang. Great, Charles. Hold on. Take a step back. Show that fanny pack off, baby.
Maybe give us a nice twirl, too.
It almost looks like a
Let's go.
fupa, but even better. There you
I've
go.
been wearing it around these past few days. I know a lot of the Asmaniacs, the true Asmaniacs that really care about me have missed me so much. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing well, Charles, but I think what everyone really wants to know is how are you doing? You've been absent from the show. I know you just alluded to this. What's going on, man? How's life?
Nothing much. I just set up an appointment with my Xfinity to help set up the stuff going on with my cable. I just lost signal on my TV box for some stupid reason. So whatever the case may be, they'll come around Saturday to straighten out anyway. I just got my brother just dropped off a job application for my friend for the Friendlies in Metuchen.
Yes.
Let's go.
Dude, you were born to work at Friendlies, Charles. Let's be honest.
I don't know about that, but I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
Hey, Charles, do you know the Friendlies birthday song by any chance?
No, as a matter of fact, of all the years I've been to Friendlies, I've never heard of a Friendlies birthday song.
So when Jake and I would go and anyone had a birthday just in the restaurant and the waiters and waitresses would come over and sing, they had a special song that they would sing. I figured maybe you knew it, but I guess not.
Friendlies has a
Birthday song. It's not too short. It's not too long. If you're good, you'll get good wishes. If you're bad,
I
you'll do
get it now.
the
Yeah.
Sound off.
Thank you.
Happy
Birthday.
sound off.
Happy birthday to you.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Yeah.
When's your birthday, Charles?
September 10th, 3 days after the Jets Steelers game. So
All right, I'll tell you what. If you call in on your birthday, Zach will call in and sing the Friendlies themed birthday song to you.
That's a guarantee. I got you, Charles.
Thank you, Zach. How's the family doing, Zach? I haven't heard. I know we haven't spoken in a while, but how's the family holding up on your end?
How is our family?
The family's doing well, Charles. My father's doing well. I know you know him. My mother, she was actually in the chat earlier today.
She's in the chat right now.
Oh, yeah? Alyssa Asman, shout out to you. That's our mother. But, yeah, the family's doing well, man. I know you mentioned Steady Eddie before, but how's everybody else doing?
How are the Gormans?
How are the Gormans?
Oh, well, good. I'm all right. Unfortunately, I don't know if you've heard, Jake, but my grandmother is dying. She has congestive heart failure. I know she's 99 years old, but she's hanging in there. Yeah, keep her thoughts in your prayer. Keep in your thoughts and prayers, please. Thank you very much. I'm not trying to sound rude or anything.
Sorry to hear that, Charles.
Yes.
Send your family our best.
Very sorry to hear that. It's awful.
Yeah. Trying to say is that I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing better.
What do you think of the Jets? Are you optimistic about this team right now, Charles?
Well, I'm happy they got some more defensive help, but I'm hoping I think they will eventually, but hopefully they trade for some wide receivers. Because that's what we really need right now are some wide receivers. Because our wide receiver core, outside of Garrett Wilson and potentially Arian Smith and Josh Reynolds, it's not looking too good. Our offensive line is great. Our running backs are good. I know a lot of Jet fans are probably going to be like, well, we may lead the league in rushing or rushing attempts, but our passing game is going to be dog crap. So, look, I remember the last time we had a good rushing attack and a dog crap passing attack. We still made it to the playoffs. That was back in, I think, in 2009. We had a rookie named Mark Sanchez at that time. So I'm not think it's going to happen again this year, but I'm just saying, stuff happens. But what I will say is that I do like what I see from Aaron Glenn as a coach. I like the fact he's coaching the hell out of our players, that he's not BSing about it. He wants to bring out the best in his players, and that's a good thing. And as for the Abdul Carter trash talk, I could care less. I had the same feeling when I was with Rex Ryan. I could care less about the trash talk. Yeah, he got destroyed, but it is what it is. I think he's still going to be a good player nonetheless.
Let me ask you this, Charles. The fanny pack I sent you, what is currently in the Charles Gorman-inspired Asmaniac fanny pack? Show it off for those just tuning in. We have some new listeners here. I want to see that fanny pack on you once again.
Well, it's all the same stuff I've been carrying there for a while.
Hey, take a big step back. We can't see.
All the same stuff that I had in there the last time. My wallet, my college ID.
Why do you need a college ID?
Because I go back to college, show them up my ID. Obviously, my phone, which I'm using right now.
When do you go back to college?
I'm seeing in case they have like an event. I always bring my college ID.
You need your ID for that?
Do they ID you when you go back to this college event?
Probably, but always good to keep it with me.
Okay.
My old house keys.
You keep all this in the fanny pack. So the fanny pack I sent you clearly is big enough then to fit all this.
Yes, it is.
Now show off the fanny pack again. Like lift it up here. Lift up your fupa, so to speak. Oh yeah, that thing looks great.
It is great. I'll tell you that much.
Nate says you go back to college for the co-eds in the dorms.
The game goes to the co-eds in the dorms. That's what Nate wishes.
And he loves the ladies.
Charles. Yeah, Charles, how's the apartment, man?
It's going fine, man. So far, so good. I have fun. My brother will be going on a retreat starting Friday to Sunday. I got a lot of pre-made meals for me to hold myself over till then. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Now, pre-made meals require a microwave, Charles. Have you plugged in your microwave?
I have a microwave. I've been using it, yes. I know Thunderbolt has been busting my balls about me not using the air fryer just yet.
That was my next question.
In the near future.
Charles, I use my air fryer all the time. It is quite a revelation.
I'm sure it is, man. I'm sure it is.
Uh-oh. Charles, are you reading the chat again?
No, I'm not reading the chat at all, actually.
Good, good.
I'm just thinking what to say. That's all.
Charles, when are we going to play Madden, man?
Well, I have my shit. I disconnected my PlayStation 5. I have my Xbox One set up, but I'll tell you what. You have PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X?
I got an Xbox, but it's cross-platform, so that won't matter.
I know it's cross-platform. That I do know. Send me. Damn it, we don't have any. I don't have your cell number. Shit.
I have your Discord, bro. I will. I'll
DM
message
me
you,
your
okay?
Xbox username and I'll look it up. Okay.
Hell
Will do.
yeah.
We'll do. Maybe we'll live stream that game for the as maniacs to watch a little. Charles versus myself in Madden when Jake's obviously not having a show of his own.
That's good to know. Yeah, I still gotta play. What's his name? JJ. I owe him a match too.
That one I would like to spectate myself. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Hey, Charles, good luck with the friendlies application, all right?
Thank you, man. You have fun with your show, Jake, and keep up the good work, guys. And once again, thank you for the fanny pack. It's fun. I was going through my mail, and I didn't know who the hell sent this to me. I thought it was some more stuff from my friends, and it turned out it was from Jake. So thank you, Jake, very much.
Well, guess what, Charles? You and I are friends, so you got it.
I was going to say, are Jake and Charles not friends?
We are. I still keep in contact with them. One guy thought I was ducking. I'm like, no, I just texted Jake about the fanny pack, so we're all good.
We are all good, Charles. Enjoy that fanny pack, and you have yourself a great Thursday, all right?
You too, man. God bless.
Here, Charles.
Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm going to talk about Spider-Man and movies and sports and video games and maybe hot chicks.
All right, home stretch of the show here. A couple people I want to shout out. First, Jeremiah Chavez says, someone said David Coley, and it made me think of the days I used to watch Jake Asmin cover the Texans before anyone else was in the digital space. Just dropping this off to say thanks, brother. Jeremiah, I hope you're doing well, my man. Very kind of you to say. I'm sure you watch Cody and Landry now if you're looking for still Texans content, but I missed my time in Houston 2 years ago. It was the last time I actually worked for ESPN Houston already, so time's flying, though, but I hope you're doing well and appreciate the super chat. I'll put you in my raffle if you're tuned in, Jeremiah. I don't know if you'd want a Jets jersey if you win, but hey, if you win, you win. Rules are rules around here, so good luck. Thanks for the kind words. Black Gypsy definitely would want a Jets jersey. He's in for one.
Yeah, that's another one I forgot to shout out. Black Gypsy, he's great.
Anthony Logerato is on his way to the Yankees game, and he wants Zach to gamble. He's in for 5 in our raffle.
Let's go, Anthony.
Now, Yankees red hot. They've won 5 straight. Now they have to keep playing well against Boston this weekend. 4-game set starts tonight. Let's see what they got. But the way they won last night was crazy. The pinch hit, Stanton home run, incredible. Devin Williams actually not melting down for once in extra innings. So let's hope they can keep it rolling tonight. Anthony, have a great time at the game. How's the weather in New York today? I know yesterday it was raining. Right now, oh, wow. It's now up to 110 here in Vegas, temperature-wise.
Love that.
Unreal. Let's see. Are we caught up on Super Chats? I think we are. All right. Home stretch of calls here. 3 legends on the line to close us out, and then we do a raffle. First up is a man that Zach wanted to talk to. He goes by many names. On this show, we refer to him as the
I just had a little bit of this. Chips and salsa, anybody?
Yeah.
Appetizers. That's a good appetizer. But tomorrow, when we play the Eagles, there's going to be a Eagles getting crushed by us. Crushed by us. Crushed by us. Eagles getting crushed by us. Oh, dearly day.
Beast, I'm a huge fan, man.
Yes, I heard. But, okay, make your predictions. What do you see the score at tomorrow for the Jets-Eagles match? What do you see? Nobody gives a shit. Make your predictions. I want numbers.
Let's go Jets 23, Eagles 20.
I'm gonna say Jets 28, Eagles 17.
All right, I like it.
We're gonna see who wins. But September 7th, Rogers. Somebody's at the door. Oh, did somebody knock? Boom!
This guy, man.
Rogers gets his lights knocked right out. D-double-M-E-D. You know what that spells? Dimmed. A 6-letter word, a game of Scrabble right there. He'll get his lights knocked right out clean. And just like I predicted, he won't be walking his 5-9 in Pittsburgh. He'll be walking his way to the end of the line saying, "Happy retirement, Aaron Rodgers. You at least had a run." Yeah, that's right. Because he's too old, and I'm glad we got rid of him. But hey, he did his job here. He did okay, but didn't show par. Nobody gives a shit. Thank you very much indeed. So I know we're running short of time, but let's go to those. Let's get to the next call and then get to those raffles. The spin the wheel of the Jake Asmin wheel of El Campeon.
Hey, Beast, how's little Joey doing today?
He just had his dinner. I gave him 4 rounds of exercise. I just went over to the clothes donation, donated some clothes. I'm trying to now find some people that could take out weeds. Yeah, I'm trying to find contractors.
Hey, Beast, Daz just wrote in, Jake and Zach deserve to have this money put on black after having the deal with the fat one, Jason Storm. He's a man of many
Can we all
chin.
say these words, please? One time. Nobody gives a shit. Thank you very much indeed.
Well done, Beast. That's how you should handle all the trolls.
Yeah, I'm liking this calm beast breaker today.
This salsa off with some chips, and then tomorrow I'm going to make some salad to go with the Jets-Eagles match for the first game. The first Jets game that starts, there's going to be a barbecue. We're going for that game. A Jets barbecue is going to be a very nice start. But Jets Grill will be opening September 7th. New menus will be coming out very shortly.
I can't wait. Hey, Beast, you have a great rest of your day, all right?
Now, let's get to the Jake Asmin show of Wheel of El Campeon. Oh.
Beast, thank you. There you go. You got a Beast call.
That guy is one of my many heroes. He's the salt of the earth. Love Beast Breaker 666. Guy's got a huge heart.
Dana in the raffle says, throw me in. Dana, I got you.
Oh.
You're in for 2. All right. We already read Daz's super chat. Daz, I have you down as well. On that note, we got, you know what? I lied. We actually have 3 callers left, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll get to the raffle. Zach, up next on the Gus Poster hotline for you to interact with is this guy.
I'm Ricky, New York, and I love to smoke. Florida State, I really love Florida State. Easy Thomas, you know it's from Florida State. At any rate, I call into smoking debate. Florida State, I really love Florida State. At any rate, thanks for taking my call, G.
Ricky.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Ricky.
How you doing? I am so glad I woke up. I actually get to meet your brother for the first time.
Oh, hey, Ricky.
I was sound asleep. I actually woke up to watch the show, and I'm glad that I did. I get to meet Zach for the first time.
Oh, I'm glad you made it as well. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ricky.
Yes, I'm telling you, I was laid out like Abdul Carter going against the number 3 tight end.
You got to hit the drop, Jake.
But I'm going to refrain from. Yeah, just like that. I'm going to refrain from suggesting any Vegas night spots for you guys because I know your mom's watching the show and I don't want to get you guys.
That's a good idea, Ricky. Appreciate that.
Probably so. But man, you guys have a great time out there. I always have a good time when I'm in Vegas. Awesome place to go. And Yeah, I really don't have any Jets takes or anything today, but I saw Zach on, and I had to pop on and at least meet him and say hello. So,
Well, Ricky, I appreciate that. I'm a huge fan of yours as well. Obviously, the big smoking debate. Ricky NY, everybody, legend.
Absolutely, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of that very shortly here. So,
I love it, Ricky. The great Ricky NY.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Love that. Ricky, you're the man. All right, last chance for the raffle here. A couple people left on hold, including a guy who needs really no introduction, but it's interesting. When we go to this guy, we usually have two options. We could play the intro for him, or we could play the intro for his wife. What shall it be for this one? Find out right now.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
PBM.
Oh no, Mike, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we
Yes.
go. Okay. So we were talking before about like wide receivers. So with Carolina having 2 first-round picks that they drafted at wide receiver, do you think that we could possibly get Adam Thielen? I know he's 35 years old or whatever. Would that be like a realistic wide receiver that we'd go after to help the room out? And would you
I don't
want
think
that?
they would trade him.
So you don't think they would trade him, even though they've got Leggett and the guy, what the hell is his name? What the hell's his name?
Ted McMillan. He was really
Yeah.
good last year, though, Thielen. So I don't think he's on the block. I'd be surprised.
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking maybe he would be tradable because they got Tet and they have Leggett. And that other guy, Coker, was really good. Well, not really good, but he was pretty good last year.
But Thielen's got a good rapport with Bryce Young, and it's kind of a make or break year for Bryce Young if he's going to be their guy.
So I was trying to see like realistic options because I just can't see Pierce getting traded. So I was trying to think of like teams that had 3 good receivers, one that might be able to be obtainable that wouldn't cost a lot. But
PBM, can we get a knee update? 2 people in the chat, Phantom Green and Derek Miller, both asked about your knee.
And the knee is good. I can show with the camera. I think I can pop this out. All right, so I have this scar tape on it, and it's covering. You can kind of see the tape covering the scars. But as far as like size difference, you can see how much bigger my surgical knee is from my regular knee. So I'm getting better. I'm doing PT 3 times a week, and the guy kicks my ass every single time. I got to see him tomorrow. But yeah, knee's going good. No setbacks, all progressing. I started driving today for the first time. So that was good.
How was
that? It was weird. I have to brake with my left foot,
Ooh.
which is technically not like legal, but at least I don't have to rely on rides anymore. So that's good. The PT said, like your limits or whatever. So I'm only taking back roads to work. I'm not getting on the expressway. And the reason being is like if someone cuts me off and I have to hit the brake, I don't want to use my right leg and then hurt myself. So I'm only going like 30 miles an hour. And if someone's behind me, I just pull over and let them pass. So give courtesy to everybody else while I'm on the road. So all good.
I think Dylan Terman had quite the comment that I can't read on air, but I suggest you take a look at it when you get a
His
second.
pod is called Jizzin' with Mike.
There's the one before that.
This is PBM's Jizzin' with
Oh, read it on there.
I gotta read it. Show. I want to know.
Nice.
On behalf of the Jake Asmin Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Mike, you have a hell of a day, all right?
That was hilarious.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dylan. Mike, of course, trying to say it out loud after I said, can't read it out loud. So what did PBM do? He reads it immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, our last caller is a polarizing one. But one thing I think we could agree on is, Zach, you like the point, do you?
I do like the point, just like this other guy.
Give us your best point right now.
He's pointing. Garrett Box point at you. Garrett Box point at you. Garrett Box. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing.
Zack Asmin.
Gary.
If I ever take a picture with you, I will definitely point at you, just like your brother.
I might have to point back at you.
You might have to, and then we'll just be pointing at each other.
We'll be the pointing brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't have too much of a Jets point. I just wanted to call in and say that I love the brotherly love here. Your brother is like, besides your spouse, will be the most important person in your life. And I understand you got stuck with Jake. Sucks, but you make the best of it.
He's the best.
You
Can't ask for a better older brother.
For sure. No, it's good. I see you in the chat sometimes. I want to call in, say what's up in person, and just say I appreciate. It's cool seeing brothers. I appreciate the brotherly love. Like I said, besides your spouse, that's the most important person who you'll have in your life. That's the person you got to rely on for a lot in life.
I appreciate that, Gary. Thank you.
Hey, Hungry Hippo says that Gary's pointing skills used to drive the ladies wild.
That's how I got the old lady.
Is that right?
Your wife saw you give like a point to someone in a photo.
Good old one of these.
That was it.
It's just sucked her in. She was just on me after that. Yeah.
Also, is that Beast and Hungry Hippo's photo there?
I believe so. Yeah.
I thought that before too. It's also 666, so I think it's just a play on Beast Breaker 666.
Wow, Amanda's back. It's amazing. Every time you're on, she's in the
Saw this
chat.
earlier.
And
Yes.
your brother's opinions actually matter.
You don't have any other brothers. It's just
Thank
the
you,
two of you,
Amanda.
right? There's no other brother. It's just you guys.
It's just us. Yep.
Yeah, so I thought. I got one brother too. That's an important person in your life.
Does he think women should vote?
Yeah, we don't really agree on. I mean, I've never asked him if I think, but he's more normie on things like that.
I love it. Well, your brother should call in. That'd be great.
He's a
That
Giants
would be-
fan.
Is he? Oh, Giants fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Is he a Knicks
dad
fan
and my
too?
brother are both Yankee Giant Nick fans. They
Amazing.
went,
So you
went
went the
other way.
complete opposite because you always have to be that guy.
Right. That
know
actually
if-
makes total sense.
Why? I picked my teams when I was 5. I was in the hospital for 2 months when I was 5, which was 1988, and the Mets were in the NLCS. So I watched the Mets every day when they were good. I think the Yankees were terrible at this time. Like this Mattingly era.
88, they were awful.
Yeah. So I was a Met fan because I was watching the Mets every day in the hospital. I still remember the day they clinched the division. I remember the day Greg Jeffries booted the ball in Game 7 at the NLCS. Like, I remember all of that. And then like September, October, football season started. So I was just, I don't know, I picked the Jets. And that was, I don't know if it was to, spite my dad. I don't know. But I mean, I remember picking the Mets. That was in September of 88. And then October, later, September of 88, I picked the Jets too. And it's been, what is that? 35 years of misery, 37 years of misery. That's the story.
Well,
And
thank God you did pick the Jets, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this program right now, I'd imagine.
I could have picked the Giants. I mean, life would be better if I would have picked the Giants and the Yankees. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 championships that I would have watched. That would have been nice. But instead, I got 0. But I got you guys. I got the show. Shout out
Yes.
to y'all.
You got the Asmaniacs.
That's right.
Gary,
That's
a great call. I'm going to get you out of here before you say something that will piss off most of the chat. All right.
All right.
Also, and since I'm in Vegas and this guy plays in Vegas, this is for you, Gary. You ready?
Yeah.
Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
Oh yeah, we were right near the Raiders Stadium last night after dinner. Okay, it's been a wild show. A lot of twists, a lot of turns. We had Jeff Parles on. We had Bobby Trosset on. We have Zack Asmin on right now. It is time for a raffle. So what we're going to do right now is play a short clip, and then right after this clip plays, I will spin the wheel of champions. Does that sound good to everyone? Well, if it doesn't, too bad, because I make the rules around here. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. All right, that was not the exact clip I wanted to play. I wanted to actually pay homage to our country. Here we go.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Absolutely beautiful. What a rendition. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the names. You hear the dramatic music. Only one can win. Trig Tech at the buzzer. Since we like Trig, he seems like a good guy. I will allow him to enter at the actual buzzer here. Everyone can see the wheel, right? Yes, you can. Trig is the last entry that we'll accept. He's in for 2. Trig, what's his name? It's Trig_Tech. Trig Tech, you're lucky we like you, sir. You're in for 2 at the buzzer. Let's reshuffle the names. Here we go. If you win, the only way you can win is if you email me, asmanjake@gmail, your name, the player you want, the color you want it in, and the size you want the jersey in. Good luck to all. Dealer's choice, Jets jersey raffle. The winner is no way. What timing? He did it.
Wow.
Trig Tech
Talk about a buzzer beater.
at the
Bang.
buzzer.
Bang.
Bang.
Mike Breen.
We haven't seen winning in Vegas like this in decades, centuries. Unbelievable. At the buzzer. Trig, email me. I'll get it ordered for you today. No way. Wow. Hey, you got to be in it to win it, folks. Hit the Mike Breen. Bang. 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 Amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. This place went nuts hearing us yell about Trig winning the jersey. Love it. That's why we do these raffles, man. You never know what's going to happen. He said he just got out of work. Perfect timing. Trig for the win. Love it. Trig, let us know who you picking. Fields, Wilson, Gardner, or JJ. Those are the choices. Boom. 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 Love it. Okay. That's what it's all about. Fun show. Thank you to Zack Asmin, Bobby Trosset, Jeff Parles, the chat, the callers, Charles Gorman, everyone, Beast, Gary, Ricky, Kyle Clifton, David T. I think I'm missing more people too, but everyone who called in, thank you. And we'll be back tomorrow. Our show tomorrow will start later than normal because my plan for content tomorrow is to do one long show in the late morning, early afternoon Eastern. And then I'm going to go live after the Jets game tomorrow night, which starts at 7:30. So 7:30 Eastern, we'll have a post game right after that. So stay tuned for content. You'll have a long show in the morning, and you'll have some content sprinkled in the afternoon, and then a post game tomorrow night. So there you go. Trig, he says, is Quentin Williams an option? You know what, for you, Trig? Absolutely. Email me the size you want it in, your full name, size, color, asmanjake@gmail.com, your address, and I'll get you a Quentin jersey if that's what you choose. On that note, again, thanks to everyone for making this job so much fun. I will talk to you guys soon. JETS, 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 Jets. And in honor of one of our callers shining bright during today's show, I present to you Charles Gorman.
Just put myself in these goddamn situations.
Nah. Oh, wow.
For days. Hasn't stopped. Non-stop. She's a Yorkie, but half terrier.
And to all, good luck. Tomorrow, we're going to win big. Get ready. We'll see you.
Bimbo 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 ba bimbo ba bimbo ba bimbo 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 ba.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asmin Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.